What is not to like about surfing? It's challenging, it's good for your body, it's good for your soul.
Waxing a sockboard, most people don't do that.
My artistic expression, it's everything to me pretty much. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be the same person.
All right, I'm going out there.
So it was about 10:45 in the morning, and I was paddling back out and watching everybody else that was in line behind me catch waves. And I sat up on my board when I got to the top and was watching one of my friends surf in.
I was standing at the bluff right at the edge here, past the sign, just watching the surfers surfing. I saw Todd just kind of sit up and watch Zane ride the wave. And that's when I saw something kind of come out of the water at Todd.
And then all of a sudden, a tremendous, amazing, powerful force threw me into the air and across the surface of the water. I knew exactly what it was when it hit me. Nothing else is going to hit you with such force. There's nothing else that's really trying to kill you. It's their territory. They're far superior in the water than humans are. Obviously, you're a sitting duck pretty much.
And then I saw Todd's head pop up, and Todd was, you could tell he was just so scared. He was so frightened.
I tried to leave the situation, and the first time it hit me, it threw me, and I was still with my board and trying to paddle away from this thing, and then it came and it grabbed me. It latched on and sandwiched my torso and my surfboard together and shook me around violently. And I was trying to hit it, but I mean, you can't do anything to an animal that's that big. It feels like hitting the front of a car. So it grabbed me and it was shaking me around, and I was doing what I could, and doing what you can to get away from something like that is almost nothing. There's almost nothing you can do.
I saw Todd just kind of go down, and then I saw its tail just whip back and forth. It was wagging really fast, not like a dog would, kind of like the speed of a jackhammer.
And then it came back and it grabbed my right leg and swallowed it.
And then Todd pops up to the surface of the water, and he's screaming, "Help me, help me."
I knew I was screaming. I didn't know what else was happening around me, but I knew that I had just gotten hit by a shark and that I needed to get out of there. And so I started kicking it in the face with my left leg, and by some act of God, it let me go.
The water went calm for a few seconds. All I saw was this white water, which was being created by these dolphins jumping out of the water and kicking their tails up. And I thought, wow, man, these dolphins are getting kind of crazy around Todd.
And another miracle happened, and a wave came like right then. And somehow I managed to conjure up the strength, and I managed to actually paddle into the wave. Right when I knew that I was into that wave, it was like the biggest weight lifted off my shoulders.
At that point, I just kind of ran to my car and yelled at somebody to call 911.
911. A surfer was just attacked by a shark at the end of Reservation Road.
And I figured, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just grabbed my towels and ran down the beach. And as I was running, I saw Todd riding a whitewater wave in. And what I noticed about that was the water was completely red with blood.
They yanked me up onto the sand where I was bleeding profusely.
First thing I saw was his back, and the wound is huge. It's his whole back just exposed, all perfectly displayed from where the bite was near his spine. You can see his muscle, you can see the connective tissue, you can see his ribs, you could see the cartilage between the ribs. It looked like an anatomy book.
And I remember the pain and realizing that there was something majorly wrong with my back.
I think I kind of whispered and I said, "Holy crap," but it wasn't crap that I said. My God, you see the wound on his back? And I was trying to be real silent about it so that Todd wouldn't hear me. And he's like shaking his head and he's like, I know, man, it was horrible.
They were telling me I was all right, don't look, don't worry, you're gonna be fine. The whole time they're all thinking that I'm gonna die.
My main concern was his blood loss and just trying to keep pressure on that wound and try to prevent even more blood loss. And from that point on, we just kind of sat there giving pressure to the wounds, waiting for the ambulance to come. That day I was really scared for Todd, and I kind of wondered about his survival. I knew he really needed to get to a hospital so they could increase his blood volume, so they could stitch him up and stop the bleeding. And I'm really amazed how fast he did recover.
I wasn't that worried, I guess, because I never once the whole time crossed my mind that there was a possibility I was gonna die. It just never crossed my mind. It wasn't my time. As simple as that. I wasn't ready. It gets to the point where it chokes me up, and I kind of keep that suppressed. I mean, I think about that every day. I mean, every day, every single day, 10 times a day, I think about what I went through, and it kind of replays in my mind. But I guess I'm really fortunate because I don't have any bad dreams about it, at least not yet. The dolphins were out there the whole time that we were out there, but I know that they consciously defended me from an animal that was definitely going to kill me. He didn't bite me once. He went for me 3 times. He wanted to eat me, and they stopped him from doing that. I still surf every day. I know a lot of people think that I'm crazy for going back out there. There's an expression that a lot of people use that goes around, only a surfer knows the feeling, and it's true. Only a surfer really does know the feeling, and that's something you can't draw from anywhere else. Surfing is one of my passions. I'm not straying from it. I'm not going to stop.